Good evening. The clouds in this game. The clouds are so good. Like, you got this layer of altocumulus, I think it would be called. And then another layer, but this so... And then the way that these clouds are, like, in front of that mountain. Or some of them are. And the sunlight on the clouds. It's ridiculous, man.
Adventure seeker.
It makes me wonder how much of that is how the game was and how much of that is the graphical updates.
The rocks never crumble.
But anyway, so I talked to the blacksmith here, but there's also an armorer.
So you're back. Was right, wasn't I?
So we can play Gwent with him as well, of course.
Looking for someone who can make me a master quality breastplate.
Never known a master who wasn't a dwarf. Fergus, perhaps? Say he's holed up somewhere in Velen.
What do you think? Who will be the next king of the Isles?
Seems like there's only
Hjalmar,
one
clear
master
as day. Lad's brave
armorer,
and generous.
which is not Fergus, by
And
the way.
from
It's
Croc's
Fergus's
own
assistant.
line.
She's the
No
master.
better claimant.
And then one master swordsmith. Vittori. Right. He thinks it'll be Hjalmar. I don't really remember who Hjalmar is. But, let's play Gwent.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
Yeah, that'll do. Excellent. Yeah, let's play Verna. They're up to 15. I could... Yeah, let's go for it up front. Why not? We can do that as well. And play Dandelion. Alright, I overplayed a little bit. But that's okay, I still have one more card than he does. Now I can draw my Dijkstra. Very good. Yeah, this could be pretty one-sided. I could have tried playing my square tile deck instead. But oh well. We can kill the Dijkstras, that'll work. Of course, we always have to win as hard as possible. Very good.
So you're back. Was right, wasn't I?
He gave me a weather card.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
That armor probably looks pretty cool. I'll forgive him for giving me a weather card, though. Because he has some scavenger hunt maps. Oh, and he also has 100 inventory, 75 stamina, 60 fear.
So long.
What's this? It's, a door.
So did that give me... I have to read it first. After the discovery of marks relating to the Bear School of Witchers in the ruins of Castle Tirsek, however you want to say that, Professor Atimstein sent me to prepare a map similar to the one prepared by A. Kermith, indicating the various locations in the archipelago where these symbols occur. Professor Atimstein was, of course, correct in his suspicions. I quickly found such locations and have marked them on this map. Ibrahim Savi, adjunct in natural history at Oxenford Academy. studying remnants of the presence of witches from the Bear School. Discovered more and more locations marked with their symbol, and marched each on the map. And a certain strange gentleman appears to have been following me. He stays at the same inns and roadhouses, sticking close to me like a shadow. I decided to return at once to the place where I began my research, namely the ruins of Castle Tirsic, to meet with the other members of the expedition. He's still following me. The map is damaged and covered in blood, hard to decipher which locations are marked, and only a portion of the text is legible. In the ruins of Castle Tirsic, that is where we made our first findings. I shall be safe there. Right. Because when we got to the dungeon relating to the cat school, there was like the ghost of a witcher there that we had to fight. So that might be the case for all of these. Further improvements to the equipment used by the School of the Wolf. The island folk of Skellige, like many nations of the north, hold a series of beliefs about the wild hunt, as recorded in legends, myths, and fables. This horrifying phenomenon is said to herald the coming of war and misfortune. Characteristic of their tales, and distinguishing them from their continental versions, is that islanders imagine the wild hunt not as a cavalcade of wraiths galloping across the night sky, but as a ghostly longship. The vessel, called the Naglfar, is said to be built of the claws of dead men. For this very reason, superstitious Skelligers remove the nails of their dead, expressly to prevent them from being used to fortify this ghastly ship. In many legends, the Naglfar sails out of Morhog, the land of chaos. So in Norse myth, part of Ragnarok is that Loki, I think it's supposed to be Loki, takes command of this ship that like rises from the depths. It might be specifically those who died at sea, but I'm not sure. But the ship is built out of the fingernails of like everybody who has ever died, or everybody's ever died at sea. I don't know which. Probably no one does, but it's an interesting concept. Alexander Ho walked down the long corridor, delighted that the sounds of debauchery pouring out of the rooms drowned out the sound of his footsteps. The long-neglected brothel floor creaked and moaned, as though the wood regretted being witness to the lecherous scenes fed to it by this house of ill repute standing in the very center of the pride of the northern cities. Ho had been generously remunerated. Isn't it supposed to be remunerated? I'm not sure. For this visit by the wife of a silk merchant. She had long suspected silk is a very interesting thing for us to have. I don't remember if silk is mentioned in the books. She had long suspected her husband of dabbling with loose women during his working hours. The case had seemed simple enough. Banal, even. A cheating husband. How many similar affairs had he unraveled? The worst was that his employers never truly wanted him to bring irrefutable proof of their husband's guilt. On the contrary, in their heart of hearts, they always hoped his investigations would prove their husbands model citizens, and their suspicions wholly unfounded. This time, it truly did turn out that the woman's husband was no whoremonger, despite the fact that his trail led Alexander to a place in which fleshly pleasures were bought and sold. The door in front of which he stopped, following the instructions he had received from the gnome at the entrance, had a small plaque with the number 16 on it. Unlike the other rooms, this one was enveloped in an unsettling calm. Ho turned the doorknob and pushed the door open, and what he saw behind it far exceeded his worst expectations. Not sure what the implication is there. But anyway, there we go.
Engraved it.
Melt this blade and forge it again. A sword for cutting, not living.
Bear's School here. And it's level 20, so I should get going on it. That would be, yeah, that'd be a good thing to do. That's kind of why I came here at this point anyway, even though there was more side questing to do. And the upgrade is at level 25 already. Okay.
Friends we show heart. Foe. These
Me little
continental
Morgan's birthday tomorrow.
dandies come a strutting, then
no clue
we
what to
gotta
give her.
drag their
Maybe
corners.
Watch your step. Did you hear the lift got stuck yesterday? Killed
Your
hung
rocks
there
never
half a
crumble.
day before they got him down.
I've always said only a fool would hang himself in midair in a wooden box.
Sailing the sea in a wood box. That's wise.
You fall off a ship, you can always swim. Fall off the lift, all that's left is the funeral.
Wise words. Some noises coming from the wheel, but it's not turning, which is interesting.
Look at swords in your back.
Well, let's try it. It's the worst that could happen.
All healed. Wounds licked.
100 sea
You better
devils.
now.
Who knows? Who knows?
You see, Lugos is fixing for
A lot of shit to do.
Not with the black ones, but with us.
If he breaks the truce, he'll prove himself in that one.
That is possible.
He'll truly be a
Great. Anyone else? The way the crossbow controls is a little weird. The combat music's still going. Damn, they got like real titties and everything. Oh, now you show up, now that I sat down, of course. You just grab your loot out of the air. Okay. Everything a man could want, or think that he could want, I suppose. Stop that. Great. It's one of those things where like the way the crossbow works is extremely like weird. But it's because it's the tool they've given you to deal with these very weird enemies. Ah, yes. A smuggler's cache. You don't come across these every day. That's not... Definitely not like 6,000 of them in the Isles. Yeah, like they just give the crossbow this omnipotent power underwater because it's the only tool you have. Which is fair enough. Ow. Very good. Far away, I guess. All right. First of many. Although I have done Smuggler's Cache. A couple Smuggler Caches, I think. In Velen and Novigrad. Oh, that's a real whale. Okay. That looks like a humpback, I want to say. All I saw was the tail. What's this? Another one? What luck? Ow. Ow. Okay. Is there... Oh, he's below me. Alright. At least you got the best exploration music in the game to go along with it. Remarkably calm, this ocean. Don't need any of that business. There's another one. But again, all I saw was the tail. Sure looks like a humpback. Well, now there's a chop. Now that there's like an actual gale happening. Oh.
And it didn't surprise you the land was so cheap. It's at the world's end.
Watch, boy. You're talking about my fatherland. Tweers.
And you truly believe this is the best site for a shop?
He says Tweersig.
Wines and liquors.
I wanted the forge. Shut it, Van Horn. How were I to know they only drink their fucking mead?
They're from fucking Skellige, for fuck's sake. Flavour means fuck all to them. All they want is to get fucked up. The thinking customer will see right away I've got the best deals this side of the pond.
This side of the Pontar. Have I talked to you before?
Your boat. Piss off.
Oh. Oh. This is the guy that he was... Good job, bro.
It's all your boat. Piss off.
What did we steal from him? He was trying to get involved in the, Oh, you're not a bro, are you? Great job. He was trying to get involved in the swordsmithing trade. So we saw him for that quest with Hattori. And, Hattori's bodyguard. We beat him up. Threw him out of Novigrad, basically. Alright. Y'all got a, message board around here somewhere? Oh, you got an armorer. That's something, I guess.
Take a soothsayer to know when it's raining.
Oh. Greetings. If you're in need of a weapon, I'd be glad to forge something for you. Let me have a look.
Not much. Oh, I forgot to look at my horse stuff. I was maybe gonna buy that horse stuff from the armorer at Kertrolda, is it called? I think that's right.
What would you say to a few rounds of Gwent?
This right here. This is what the... I mean, this is an elf from Doppelthana, but this is like what the dryads should have looked like in the show. Less colorful because they're supposed to be camouflaged. But the way they are in the show is just horrible. It's like, oh, here's your cartoon barbarian Amazons, and then we give them crossbows for some reason. It's like, okay, thanks. Milva, another great example. This is like actual sensible clothing. Unlike Ida Emain, but she's a sage, so she does what she wants. More examples here of like interesting outfits you could have. Now Taya and Vea, on the other hand, the ladies from Zeracania, they, as your cartoon Amazon barbarians, that makes sense. Because they're from a completely different place. They got the curved swords. All that shit. Anyway. Let's go. Shit.